Hey, before we start this video, I'd like to say that my audio got messed up real bad during this. And so the entire video is mostly going to be a voiceover. But other than that, that is all I've got to say about the current video right now. Without further ado, let's get started. I've played one playthrough, not a full playthrough, just like a little tutorial, right? So we're going to start a new game here. And we're just gonna start a new thing. We're gonna name it YouTube, and this is gonna be our start of 100% journey. Okay, we're gonna try and complete every story mission first, and those will be episodes. So right off here, you can see I start in the tutorial, and we're gonna go off towards the phone, and we're gonna pick our first story one. Those are the ones that are kind of like orange and blue. Okay, so this is just like a little Ford here, I think, or maybe a Honda, no idea. And we're just adding some stuff here, okay? So it's just kind of teaching us the ropes of the game. So yeah, you can see it is a very, very detailed simulation of a car, though. But yeah, it's gonna teach us how to drain out some stuff, how to clean some stuff out. I'm just kind of speeding through this because I've already done this one more time. But yeah, this is the start of our journey here. And after this tutorial will be our first real story car. And once we do our first real story car, that'll be the end of the episode. And then the next episode will be the next story car. So if you want to get like the in between, maybe I'll post that on a later, like all the different missions that I do. But for now, I'm just gonna focus on the story missions instead of the side quests. But I'll be recording all of them just in case anything important pops up. As you can see here, I'm opening the menu, looking at all the different things that I have. We have like an inventory, orders, shopping list, map. A lot of stuff I still don't know what does yet, but we'll be learning about that later. I know what the shopping list does. That's like very, very important for the playthrough. But right now, we're just going to be raising this up. And yeah, we're going to be looking through some of this stuff here. So this is a oil drain, and we're just going to empty out some oil here from the car, and then we can replace it with new oil. And then we're going to replace the oil filter. We already have an oil filter that the tutorial gives us, but normally we would go over to the computer and buy the part, which is where the shopping list comes in handy. You can just search by clicking on the stuff in your shopping list, and that's super helpful. But yeah, here you see we're opening this oil up, and we're just going to pour in some oil. Takes a little bit. I don't like this one because you can't tell how far full it is. If there's a way you can tell other than the little splashing when you're done, please tell me. But yeah. There we go. So we got the oil here. And then we got to do some stuff with the, I believe, we got to do something with a spring, I think. Oh no, we're separating the tire here. So this machine lets us separate the tire from the rim, or we can put the rim and the tire together. So yeah, there we go. We take that over, and we're just going to install it with the new tire on it. And yeah, this little machine here just spins and puts that tire on. And boom, you have your tire. Then you have to balance it. And so then we go over to balance, click here. We're going to go through here. Yeah, balance that by clicking space when we get to those green things. Take that wheel. Then we go over here. And then we're going to replace it on here. We have to open that pie menu and click part mount. That lets us pick the parts we want to put on here. Yeah, we just screw those screws in. And then boom, that's the wheel done. So the next one we're going to use that the other machine that you see in the corner. It's called a spring puller. And that we can use to take the suspension springs and replace them with new ones by just basically pulling them apart. But yeah, we're going to take this sway bar off, and that's going to let us get to the suspension right here. Shock absorber, my bad. Okay, so we pull that shock absorber out, and we're going to come over here to the spring puller. and then separate those parts. Boom, we can take that spring puller off. Yeah, and there you go. Put a new one in. Take it off. And then go over here and install that new spring. Same thing with the pie menu. Put that on, then we'll put the sway bar back on, and that should be the end of that. You guys see it mess up a little. I thought it was in part unmount mode when I just didn't click it quite right. The screws screw in a lot faster here in the tutorial than they do normally. I think there's a little tool bench that you can use to get upgrades that'll let us do stuff about that. Go over here, you'll see we can finish the order, and that's the tutorial right there. So now that we got the tutorial out of the way and you kind of know what Car Mechanic Simulator is like and what the mechanics are like, we're going to get our first order here at our auto repair shop. Right, so we're just going to go in here. See, it's a little bit broke down on this side, but you know, we got the stuff. We got the goods. That's the oil drain. That's the computer we use to order stuff. I don't know, I was alt tabbing there. Then boom, yeah, we're going to go over this phone, and that is our next story order. So this will be the first episode of this series. So yeah, right here, you can see I can look at what it needs. It says, hi, I was just passing by and I noticed your repair shop. It's good that somebody took care of that old ruined petrol station. The car that I'm coming with today is quite a recent purchase. It was used on a daily basis. The condition is rather okay. It would be good to check the oil level and tires. That should be no problem for you. If you manage, then perhaps this won't be your last trip. See you. So yeah, we'll see we change oil, and it'll give us a list of what we can do. We can click space on these, and it'll turn that star blue, and then we can see it highlighted whenever we're trying to change parts. But for now, we're going to move that to the car lift here. So yeah, I'm going to look through the inventory. This is where all of our parts will be. Car status, like I just said, shows us everything we can highlight and what the story is. Yep, like that. Yeah, those two don't really matter right now. The examination mode lets us see what condition the parts are at, right? Go back to normal mode. Shopping list, I'll talk about that later. Yeah, just go to car lift A though. So now we got it here. We got to lift it up off the ground, right? And this lets us access most of the body except the underside, which we can click that up button again and get it to go up a little bit further. But right now, yeah, I'm just going to do this where I select all of them. And as you'll see, if I go into suspension, it's all highlighted like this. Yeah. So something in the engine we have to take care of. A lot of stuff doing with the wheels we have to take care of. This little oil thing over to the right here that we're going to deal with. And yeah, we got the standard tire. And we're just going to start unscrewing stuff and kind of figuring out what we need. Usually what I do is I buy all the parts first, and then I put everything back on instead of like one by one buying the parts. But yeah, that's the shopping list we can use by clicking tab or opening it in our pie menu. You can see in our inventory we have those two things we just pulled out of the car, right? So I added that fuel pump to the list. So now you can see it's on that list. So we're going to go over to this computer, go car parts, and I'll click tab and click on fuel pump. And that'll show us where we can buy that part, right? And then now we have our fuel pump. We can take that off the shopping list and sell the old one. And then we can go back into our car. And we can replace that fuel pump later. I guess I'm doing some stuff with the screws. By the way, if you see those, you gotta spray those, yeah. And loosen them up a little, then you can get them out. And we're gonna do the same with all these tires. So, the reason I did the tutorial is because I was having a hard time with tires. Not the tutorial, but I did an early playthrough of like this first part. Because I was having a hard time with learning like how to fit the tires right and everything. But yeah, eventually I figured that out. So yeah, we're going to take off this next one here. Boom, take out that rusty screw and get the next three. Oh, I love doing this. Just pop them all out at once. Ugh, amazing. So yeah, there we go. So now we're gonna open our inventory, I believe. Yeah, so we have 2 brake pads we have to deal with, and those are behind the brake caliper. They're those little black things with the right writing on them. Yeah, taking care of those. And then we're going to take these brake pads off, and you can see in the top left it says 14%, and that means they're in really bad condition. And so to fix that really bad condition, yeah, we just buy a new one and replace it with the old one, and that should check off that part of the list. You mean sort them by condition there. That's probably my favorite way to sort them by. I haven't really tried the other ways of sorting them. I'm a little bit sick, by the way, so if you hear any like a little bit of snorting or like a runny nose, yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, we're going here. I'll buy 2 brake pads and take that off of our shopping list. Go to inventory, and we'll sell the old ones, I think. Yeah, so here we go. Okay, so basically we're gonna go to this tire changer. I don't know why I said it like that. And we're gonna separate the tire from the rim. Once we separate the tire from the rim, we can take it. And yeah, we'll just keep doing that for all 4 of these. So it has these numbers on it. It says 215, 75, R15. And those numbers are going to be very, very, very useful in the future. We're going to be able to use those to buy the right sizes for the rims to fit onto our vehicle. But yeah. So go into tire changer. Keep separating these tires here. We have 1 more to go. And take out that tire and go and do it 1 last time. So after this, we're gonna add a tire to a shopping list and then go over to the computer and buy those sizes. As you can see, we don't have the necessary parts. We've done all the tires. And then we're gonna go into our inventory. Oh, we already have it on our shopping list. Okay, my bad. So yeah, go over here, go over to the computer, and we gotta go to the tire shop. Tires. Here we go. So find it. Grab the standard tire. See how it's all these different options. We go to shopping list 215, 75, R15, right? So here we're gonna buy 4 of them. So this is 15. This is 75, and this is 215. Okay, so now that we've got that, I'm gonna get those, and those have been ordered. So now we have 4 of those tires in our inventory here, and we can use those. Now we're gonna go to the tire changer. We're gonna install all 4 of these tires. Once we install it, we can use the wheel balancer to balance out those wheels. It's good to get a rhythm here, which you'll see I'll fail at multiple times. But yeah, so sell all these old tires that we don't need, and we're gonna take those and balance it. The best thing here though is to make another one like this before you go to balance it. But I'm gonna mess this up here. You'll see. I'm gonna separate one on accident. So you have to painfully sit through me accidentally separating tires. But here we go. Take that, install standard tire here, and balance one. So now we can kind of get into that rhythm. So yeah, we balance by doing that. We go over the tire, put a new one in, grab that one, and balance it. So we just kind of keep doing that until we have all 4 tires down there. Gotten extremely lucky with both of them in the same one. Yeah, there we go. We got 2 more. This one and 1 more, I think. There we go. Balancer. Take that. And we're gonna... Yeah, see, we don't have the necessary parts, so we go to balance. and we'll balance and balance. There you go. Take it. And so, yeah, as you see, we don't have the necessary parts, which means we have all 4 tires, as you can see right here. All 4 tires. We got 2 brake pads and a fuel pump. We have everything we need to fix those parts of the car. So I'm gonna go right here. We're gonna mount that brake pad and then the brake caliper, like that. Put those screws in right here and put on that tire. So got 1 screw, 2 screws, and 3 more. Okay, so there you go. We're just gonna do that for the front 2 sides of the car have the brake parts, and the back 2 just have the tires. But the back part also has the fuel pump there. So we'll just, we'll get the brake pads, get the brake caliper, and put those screws in, and do the same with the tire. And there you go. So that's the front 2 tires. There we go. And then the back tire, put the fuel pump in, and then the back tires. So we'll go over there. Okay, so yeah. Now I'll exit out of this, go back to the back tire, and put in our fuel pump up here in the top right corner. And there we go. Pop that in, and do our standard tire, and put in those screws, and then we'll just do the standard tire on the other side, and that should be the back of the car. Only thing left to do after that is change the oil and some of the fluids. So yeah, we'll go in here and put a car tire in one more time. Get all the screws. And boom. Okay, so next thing to do is to empty out the oil. Oh, we have an oil filter in the round air filter. So the round air filter is in the hood, and the oil filter is in the bottom. You have to lift the car up. So we'll do that after we get this. Get that top and get the air filter 2 carb. I don't know why I bought another top when I didn't need to, but yeah, you'll see. We go over those. We'll add those to my shopping list here by clicking space on them in my inventory. Go over to the computer and look up those round air filters. So you'll see they're in the electronics section, I believe. There you go. And got it. And we'll go into the engine here and install that air filter and the air filter top. Go screw that in. And next thing to do is to lift the car up and get the oil filter on the other side. You'll see we got that round air filter 2 carb, so we can unmark that from our checklist. Yeah. And yes, you see, if we go down here, it'll say accessible from under the car on the lift, right? So close the hood here, send that up into the sky, and go under here and replace that oil filter. As you see, we need to go get one, actually. So I'll go to my inventory here, add it to my shopping list, go to the computer, and search up that oil filter, and boom, there you go. Install that, and then we'll sell all of our old parts and get on to doing the fluids, such as like the windshield washer, the power braking, power steering, and braking fluids, all that stuff. Okay, so yep, as you can see, we've got the oil filter done. We need to change the oil. So we're going to go over here. It's already up here. We're going to move that equipment to car lift A. And then we're going to use it. And that should drain the oil out. Put it back where it needs to go. And lower it. So now we'll install oil and fluids. Okay, open the hood right here. And go to the oil fill plug here. Yep. And we're going to fill that up with oil. Almost done. And boom, we're done with that oil. There we go. So the oil's done. Now for the windshield washer, we need to drain that. If you go to the additional tools and drain, we can pull out the old and put in the new. By opening the cap here, it'll automatically let us pour in some windshield washer fluid. There you go. I also have the unit set to metric. So if you want that set to imperial, just go ahead and say so in the comments, and I will make sure to change that. So next, power steering reservoir. Go to the drain tool and drain that. Pull off that cap. And pour in that fluid. The last one left is our braking fluid. So yep, power steering's done. And this little brake booster over here, you can go to the drain here. And we will drain that brake servo there. Okay, and then part unmount, take off the cap, and pour our fluid in there. And that should be the last part of the video here. So remember to drop a like, subscribe, comment about anything you would like to see in the videos or new ideas. But without further ado, that's the end of our video. See you in the next one. Peace out. Go and sell it real quick. Finish order. Sorry, I said that too early. And there we go. Finish the order. And that will be the end of today's video. See you in the next episode on Wild.